All right, so this specifically is my wall, my system project. Starting out with an iceberg diagram, this is sort of used for looking at the high level things most people know, most people recognize, and slowly going down the iceberg into some major challenges that lots of people do not know about. And also I chose an iceberg because it relates to the water theme. It looks super cool here. You're supposed to be able to get a quick glance at this and know the gist of the problem. Coming here, a confluence of challenges. This is my main system map where I analyze everything. In the blue here, we got growth and economy, focusing on Calgary's growth. Planning and infrastructure in the red. I actually worked for the City of Calgary Water Services this past summer, so I have sort of a unique perspective on the planning and the infrastructure that goes into water-related things in Calgary. The green, social and community, sort of focusing on nonprofits, Indigenous groups, and citizens. And then up here we have climate change in the environment, a ton of factors including drought, flooding, volatile weather, things like that. They all sort of come together. This is sort of a super complicated look at it, a bit more context in the paragraphs. But if you really want just a bite-sized bit of information, you can come over here to my leverage points. These are all derived from all of this and the rest of it that isn't shown here. Number one, I think we need to rebuild trust with the public through transparency. If you were present in Calgary last summer, you know that there was some distrust between the local government and citizens. They thought it was a conspiracy around water restrictions, so that's a big one, building trust. Data-driven decision-making is huge in the future. We also have Marin's wall here focusing on data. Climate data is super important, and that's how we make decisions in the future. Designing infrastructure for flexibility is massive, especially when we have main breaks, breaking like 40 years before they're supposed to. They need to be able to last, but also be flexible in climate conditions. Involving Indigenous groups is massive in the future. The Indigenous people live right along the Bow and Elbow Rivers, and they have a unique sort of relationship with the land, and some of their perspectives could help us conserve water better. Cross-sectoral collaboration is massive. There's so many different people fighting for control over Calgary's water, be it industry, citizens, and the city, and there needs to be a way to sort of create a solution that works for everybody. Sustainable immigration policies are huge, especially right now. Calgary had a massive year for immigration. There's so many people moving here, and there needs to be a way to sort of manage that with the water system, because like I said, we can't take more water out. And innovative water retention methods could help us solve the water issue, because so much water is lost to rain and groundwater and things like that. And if we are able to retain that water and turn it into drinking water, that's a massive, massive help for our water problem. So those are all four of the walls here. I'm going to turn it around to some key takeaways driven from all of our different projects. So one thing we found with everybody's project combined is that collaboration between all of the different parties is huge. Pardon? Come closer. Yeah, so collaboration between all of the parties is massive. This was a common theme. Oh, yeah, in line here, yeah. Collaboration between stakeholders is absolutely massive across all of our four projects, be it industry, regulators, citizens, nonprofits, Indigenous groups. We all have shared goals, and we all have different goals for what we want the water to be. We need to hold everybody accountable and sort of ensure that there's water enough for everybody.
Do you want us to get you at the station here?
Yeah, for this last part?
Sure.
Yeah.